Hey, you guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Thursday slash Friday evening, you guys. Welcome, you guys. Tonight we have a special guest, publicist Johnathan Hay, you guys. He won't be on for about another 30 more minutes, you guys. So we have to be patient because he's busy. He has a lot going on. So he said that he would be on 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern, I'm sorry, Central Time, and 1 o'clock um, Eastern Standard Time, that part. So, you guys, if you guys don't know, uh, Johnathan Hay was the publicist for Drake and Rihanna, you guys. We are going to ask him a lot of questions. Y'all, welcome in. Come in the building, you guys. Let me know how y'all's day was, you guys. We are going to be getting into it with Johnathan Hay. He's not going to be on for another 30 minutes, but y'all, we are just getting started just a little bit early, you guys. As you guys know, there is a lot going on in Hollywood, right? A lot going on in Hollywood, you guys. I mean, from Drake to Diddy to Jay-Z, to Oprah, all these people in Hollywood, you guys. It's a lot going on. So we linked up with Johnathan Hay. He's a publicist. Like I said, he was the publicist for Rihanna and for Drake, you guys. He also was going to do some work with Bootsy. But y'all, he's going to come on and he is going to give us the tea about a lot of people in Hollywood. He's going to expose the industry, you guys, and we are ready for the tea, you guys. We are ready. If you guys don't know, Diddy snitched on the CEO, the ex-CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, you guys. Y'all, if you guys don't know, he was running a Rex trafficking organization, business, whatever you want to call it. He got busted and he was apprehended, indicted yesterday, you guys. He is supposed to be going to New York, I believe it is, to go in front of the judge to see about whatever they have to do handling their business, in front of the judge. But you guys, I have a lot of questions for Johnathan Hay, you guys. So if you guys don't know, also Johnathan Hay, he worked for Notorious Big's estate. So he was working also with Biggie's son, CJ Wallace, you guys. I believe he has some ties to him too. But if you guys don't know, Biggie was close with, I'm sorry, not Biggie. Diddy was close with Biggie's son, CJ Wallace, you guys. But y'all, we are going to ask some questions. I want to know what is going on, you guys. We are going to bring Johnathan Hay on. He said that he'd be ready for us at 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, that part. So you guys, if you guys don't know, let me bring in, let me see if I can, hold on just a second, you guys. So let's see if I can go ahead and bring in, if you guys don't know the CEO, let me see if I can bring it in, you guys. The CEO, he got indicted, but you guys, with all this stuff going on, you have Diddy that got, arrested. You guys, y'all have the CEO that got indicted too. You guys have the New York mayor. He got indicted, y'all. The feds is not playing with none of these people. They are not playing with none of these people. Let's see. Indicted. Let me see. Abercrombie. Let me see. Abercrombie and Fitch. CEO, y'all. He got indicted. And here he is right here. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Uh-oh. Let me pause it and let me Okay, let me bring that to the stage, you guys. We're going to just go over a few things. Hey, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Y'all come in. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all, we are just a little bit early. Johnathan Hay, which is a publicist for Rihanna and Drake, y'all, he will be joining us in about 30, little less than 30 minutes, you guys. We are just going over some things that have transpired over the last couple of days, being that the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch was indicted, you guys, for doing the same thing that Diddy was doing, but actually worse. Y'all, he was doing actually worse. He had a gay lover. He's gay. He had a gay lover in him. They teamed up with somebody else. They were putting articles out all over the world. People were responding. They only wanted males because they were both gay. They only wanted male victims. They were putting these articles out. They were saying, hey, you want to be a model for Abercrombie and Fitch? Okay, respond to this article. When these guys were responding, they were flying them from all over the world to their house, to hotels, and also doing awful things like worse than Diddy type of things, rugging these people. I mean, taking them, just doing all kind of dirty, nasty things to them. But you guys, here is Law and Crime, you guys. I'm going to bring it to the stage. But you guys, let me see. Let me bring it to the stage. Let me see if I can share my screen. And we're going to go over this before Johnathan Hay comes in. So here we go. Let's share. Let me see. Okay, so let's share this. Let me open it up. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back some. Okay. So this is law. Let me see this law and crime sidebar. So this is from yesterday, I believe. So the ex-Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, great male models during Rex parties, he was indicted, and his gay lover and somebody else that was also helping with them. But y'all, let's get into it.
To anyone who thinks they can exploit and coerce others by using the so-called casting couch system, this case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison.
Huge news to report about the former CEO of what was once a powerhouse clothing brand, Mike Jeffries, the ex-head of
Hey, Jamil. Hey, Arctic One. Welcome in, everybody. You guys are going to go over this sidebar. Hold on just a second. We're going to go over this sidebar video, you guys, while we're waiting for Johnathan Hay to join us, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Abercrombie and Fitch is now accused and charged with sex trafficking. This alongside his British partner and a middleman who apparently sports a snakeskin patch on his nose. I know, it's a lot, but we're going to dive in and we're going to bring you everything we know so far in this brand new criminal case. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. A deviant and a predator. That's what alleged victims call Mike Jeffries. This is the man who was once at the top of the fashion industry when he was heading up Abercrombie and Fitch. Well, now Jeffries, his romantic partner Matt Smith, and a third man, Jim Jacobson, they have all reportedly been arrested as part of an FBI probe into alleged sex trafficking. As if we didn't talk enough about sex trafficking when it came to Sean Combs. But now we have another high-profile person caught up in similar allegations. So this comes as a grand jury for the Eastern District of New York indicted the men on charges of sex trafficking and interstate prostitution, specifically citing 15 John Does who say that they were victimized as part of this. I want to bring...
Y'all, I did not know that this was going on, but you guys, they also made a movie out of this situation. I haven't seen it, like a documentary. I haven't seen it, but I'm trying to find it so I can try and watch it. But y'all, these men are sickening. These people with money, they do not know what to do with their money. They can give their money to me and I can show them how to work it. But y'all, that's needless to say, that's neither here nor there. But You guys, it is something crazy. Jamil says that man looks like a Halloween mask. Absolutely, Jamil. He do look like he has a Halloween mask on, right? He's ready for Halloween, right? Okay, you guys, let's continue. Jamil, you are hilarious. Let's continue.
Bring in former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani to talk more about this. Nima, so good to have you. Thanks for jumping on. What is your reaction to this? I mean, this is as if, as I said, we weren't talking enough about Sean Combs. Now we have a...
Dear Dr. Ng, my missing teeth isolated me from the world. I trusted Clear Choice, and you gave me back my smile and my confidence.
Another major player in a different industry who's been charged with this.
Jesse, I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. These allegations have been circulating for quite some time. There's been a civil lawsuit that's filed. Now, I didn't expect the feds to come in and make these types of arrests. Oftentimes, they do not get involved when there's a civil lawsuit, but clearly there's enough smoke here and enough evidence for them to come in. And the Eastern District of New York, they don't mess around. It's like the Southern District. Obviously, they handled the R. Kelly case. They've handled the NXIVM case, that sex trafficking case, I believe, also came out of the Eastern District. So they're pretty well versed in handling these types of claims. And what's really interesting to me is, obviously, we're talking about a lot of victims, but really the dates of the offenses. Some of these allegations are older, going back to 2000.
Hey, Loretta Lloyd, welcome in. Welcome in. You guys, we are waiting for, just to give you guys a heads up, for you guys just joining us. You guys, we are waiting for Rihanna's publicist to join us. You guys, he's busy like we all are. We are up late, but he said he's gonna join us in about 15 more minutes. You guys, let me check. In 15 more minutes, he said that he will be joining us at 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. But y'all, let's continue, because this CEO has been arrested and was indicted yesterday. Him and his gay lover and another guy that weren't trying. They were putting out articles all over the world, flying these men in from different countries to basically Rex traffic. I can't say the other word, but Rex traffic them. You guys, they were running a Rex trafficking ring worse than Diddy. They were drugging these people, giving them Viagra, taking advantage of them, giving them all kind of other drugs for them to perform rectal type of duties in exchange for trying to be a Abercrombie and Fitch model. But they never were given the opportunity to become models. It was a whole Rex trafficking game. But you guys, let's continue.
2008, as recent as 2015. So I'm thinking maybe the feds were up against the clock a little bit when it comes to the statute of limitations for some of these allegations. That's why they acted when they did.
Interesting. And we'll talk a little bit more about what might have motivated this, but to bring everybody up to speed, this investigation into these three men, it centers around whether they exploited and abused young men at parties that were hosted all around the world and across the United States. Mike Jeffries, who's now 80 years old, he lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. His partner, 60-year-old Matthew Smith, originally from the UK.
Y'all, don't he look like he already got his Halloween costume? Y'all, he is ready for Halloween, y'all. He doesn't even need a mask. He's already ready. But y'all, he's going to be locked up and they won't let him out. He is going to be in the MDC where his little buddy is, Diddy, in the MDC in Brooklyn, you guys, in the federal jail cell awaiting his trial. Y'all, the feds is not playing with him and nobody else, you guys. They are bringing down the house. Y'all, just like Diddy, if you guys don't know, Sean Diddy Combs, he had the brand of Sean John, right? He was linking up with people like Abercrombie and Fitch, other clothing designers, because Diddy liked the party. Like Cat Williams said, you got to tell Diddy no, right? Y'all, Diddy could not stop partying. Diddy could not stop making all these links and connects with people, you guys. So Diddy went down. So now instead of turning and telling on Clive Davis and Lucia and Grange, all the people that Diddy is, being ran by. Diddy took a left at the light, and Diddy said that he was going to go tell on the CEOs of the clothing brands because he knew what they were doing, because he was doing disgusting things too. But y'all, let's continue. Hi, Victoria. Welcome in. Hey, Zane. Welcome in. Welcome in. Y'all, let's continue. We are waiting a few minutes before Johnathan Hay comes in. You guys, we got a lot of questions. We're going to probably be on here for about 2 or 3 hours tonight. It is a late live, but you guys, we're going to have a whole, great live with Johnathan Hay. Y'all, let's continue.
Okay, lives there too. And James Jacobson, sometimes referred to as Jim, apparently lives in Wisconsin. They're expected to make their initial appearances in their respective states. Then they're going to be arraigned in New York federal court at a later date. By the way, I should give everybody a disclaimer. When you see these photos of Jacobson that were featured in a BBC documentary about Abercrombie and Fitch and its alleged cover-up of impropriety, and we'll talk about that, these photos.
See, that's what they were saying. It was a whole cover up. These people were putting out articles saying, hey, you want to be an Abercrombie and Fitch model? And they wanted to, make money, be models. And that was not the case, y'all. Their dreams turned into nightmares as quick as they got there to the locations where they were supposed to be doing these modeling gigs, y'all. But y'all, let's continue.
Photos have gone viral, and you'll see that Jacobson wears what appears to be a nose patch. It's a piece of what we believe to be snake skin over his nose. This is apparently to hide the result of a plastic surgery mishap. Just another interesting detail in all this. By the way, we're going to keep an eye out on this story as it develops. We always want to do that with our big stories. We want to keep providing you updates as these things move on through the legal process. And one of the reasons that we can continue to do that for you, one of the reasons we're able to put on these sidebars, is because we get amazing support from our partners. And I really just want to call out one in particular right now.
Hey, two buddies, it is game time. Out of these two thumbnails, one of them scored 40% more clicks than the other. Can you
sponsor Upside? Now, Upside is just awesome. This is a free app that helps you
employed James Jacobson to act as a recruiter to find men. Jacobson engaged in, quote, tryouts with men across the world where he...
Tigra, welcome in. Welcome in. I thought I seen Tigra. Okay, Tigra's maybe not in here. Okay, yeah, Tigra, welcome in, Tigra. Welcome in, Victoria. Y'all, welcome in. Y'all smash the like button. We're just going over this with sidebar because we're waiting on Johnathan Hay. He is Drake and Rihanna's publicist. He told me that he give him a little bit of time. He's busy. But you guys, we're just going over this other CEO getting indicted yesterday, which is connecting like Diddy and all these nasty people like Denzel Washington. You know, everybody is saying, oh, no, not Denzel. Oh, yes, Denzel was there at Diddy's house. Yes, you guys. Yes, we have documentation that Ali, one of Diddy's minor victims, she did an affidavit, a statement of truth, and Denzel Washington's name is on there. Platter, yes, as good as day. Absolutely, you guys. Yes. So anyway, we are kind of tying the fact that Diddy was doing his dirt. He got arrested. Now we have the CEO, the ex-CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch. He was doing the same dirty, nasty, sex trafficking things like Diddy, but Diddy, got apprehended, indicted by the feds. And also this guy too, he got indicted yesterday, you guys. He's doing the same disgusting things that Diddy was doing, you guys. He was putting articles out all over the world, having these people flown in, only men, because he was a gay man. He only wanted men. Women, they did not qualify for the position, y'all. Only men. And they flew them all around the world to here to do a little test. They said they were testing them out. But y'all, let's continue.
He would typically pay them to engage in sex acts with him. Following the tryouts with Jacobson, Smith would often then personally approve whether the men who were selected would meet Jeffries and Smith. The defendants would fly the selected men to Jeffries and Smith's homes in the Hamptons, in New York City, or to hotels around the world in such places as England, France, Italy, Morocco, and St. Bart's for the purpose of attending events to engage in commercial sex. But beyond simply hiring men for sex, Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson used force, fraud, and coercion to traffic those men for their own sexual gratification. For example, as alleged, the defendants employed a referral system and an interview process that did not inform the men of the details of the sex events before they attended, including the full extent and nature of the sexual activity that would be required of the men at these events.
See, you guys, they were putting out these articles on false pretense. Y'all, welcome in, y'all. Smash the like button, y'all. Welcome in, smash the like button, you guys. We are trying to expose all these nasty people, especially the ones with money. You guys, they got money and they don't know how to act. They are doing awful things to minors like Diddy. And this CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch was doing this to grown men. Y'all, let's continue.
They caused the men to believe that attending these sex events could yield modeling opportunities with Abercrombie or otherwise benefit their careers. Smith and Jeffries employed a secret staff to operate these sex events. The staff ensured that the men signed non-disclosure agreements and handed over.
Y'all, if you guys don't know, an NDA is obsolete when there is a commission of a crime that is happening. You cannot have anybody sign an NDA because you're trying to hide your little dirt. The purpose of an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement where it says that you cannot basically tell what's going on. But if it's a criminal activity going on, that is when the NDA is no longer is voided out. It's no longer applicable. You can't use it. If it's a commission of a crime, there's no way you can use the NDA. It's obsolete. Yo, welcome in, Mo Clark. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome in, y'all. Let's continue.
Over their personal items, such as their phones, before the start of the events to maintain the secrecy of these events. The defendants caused the men to believe that not complying with requests for certain acts, sex acts during the events, could harm their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events.
Y'all, they was trying to get them to where they was all the way passed out so they can take advantage. You guys, these people are sick, you guys. Let's continue.
And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over.
Would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time from home?
Also, as alleged, on more than one occasion, Jeffries and Smith either directed others to inject or personally injected men with an erection-inducing substance for the purpose of causing the men to engage in sex acts the men were incapable of engaging in or unwilling to engage in. Additionally, the indictment alleges on more than one occasion when men did not or could not consent, Jeffries and Smith violated the bodily integrity of these men by subjecting them or continuing to subject them to invasive sexual and violent contact by body parts and other objects. As alleged in the indictment, Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson didn't just carry this activity on for a couple of occasions. Their sex trafficking and prostitution enterprise lasted at least from the end of 2008 until early 2015. During that period, the defendants hired dozens of men and transported them to New York and around the globe. They spent millions of dollars on a massive infrastructure to support this operation.
You guys, they used millions of dollars to do this operation, you guys. Y'all, the CEO, if you guys don't know, the CEO retired years ago, like in 2014. Y'all, do y'all know that they were paying this man $1 million on top of his retirement pay, but they took it back? Y'all, this man was disgusting, you guys. He was running a whole operation on side of being the CEO for Abercrombie and Fitch, you guys. It was disgusting. But y'all, let's continue. We are watching and waiting for Johnathan Hayter to message me, you guys. So I'm just watching. That's why I'm kind of back and forth. But y'all, let's continue.
Operation and maintain its secrecy. This included hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash for commercial sex, prolific amounts of money for staff to run the sex events, money for domestic travel, international travel, hotel rooms, services from a security company, and Jacobson's salary, among other things. Now, this investigation remains ongoing. Although there are 15 John Does identified as victims in this indictment, this interstate prostitution venture encompassed dozens and dozens of men. And I encourage anyone with information about this case, including anyone who was a victim of the defendant's alleged crimes, to contact the FBI.
My gosh, Nima, those are incredibly disturbing allegations. And for me, what stands out is this level of organization of this. If you take these allegations as true, this was a systematic, well-organized scheme to do this. But what stands out to you as you heard, again, kind of unthinkable allegations from the prosecutor?
I agree with you, Jesse. And, that's why I started talking about the dates, because it seems like the type of case that would normally be charged as a RICO, either substantive or RICO conspiracy charge. Obviously, that can bring in a lot of individuals. It can bring in a lot of crimes. They didn't charge that in this case, but clearly you have.
Y'all, hold on. Let's go back. Don't he look like? Hold on, y'all. Look at him. Let me go. Look at. Let me go back. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to see where I could stop at, because he looks really, really disgusting, y'all. Look at him.
Are you tired of your YouTube channel not getting the attention it deserves? Building a YouTube channel can be a very lucrative,
either substantive or RICO conspiracy charge. Obviously, that can bring in a.
Y'all, look at his face. Does he not look like he got his Halloween costume on already? He does not even need a Halloween costume, y'all. He looks like he got something. Like, we need to go and give him some kind of, a test, because he looked like something just is not right. The Board of Health needs to visit him, because, y'all, he probably had something and was probably passing it around, something that mama cannot, take away, y'all. We need to go get him checked out. But, y'all, smash the like button, you guys. I am waiting for a reply from Johnathan. Hey, welcome in, Angela. Welcome in. I am waiting to see. I'm still on Johnathan Hay watch. I know he's busy. It's a late night for him, but this is a late live. But you guys, we're gonna get this interview in, you guys. But y'all, let's continue. These guys are so demonic and nasty, you guys. They are sitting here and they are doing these awful things to these people, you guys. It is sad. It is terrible. But y'all, let's continue.
A lot of individuals. It can bring in a lot of crimes. They didn't charge that in this case, but clearly you have a criminal enterprise here. And obviously that there are many individuals whose purpose was to recruit, groom these men, and engage in prostitution. And I think one of the big takeaways.
Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me see. Johnathan Hay is, I think, about to respond. I think he's almost ready for us, you guys. Let me just continue to play that. He's almost ready, I believe.
Is what the U.S. attorney said, and that's that force, fraud, or coercion, because there's really three possibilities here. Obviously, having consensual sex with your boss, get ahead. It's not criminally unlawful. It may violate civil sexual harassment laws, but this has moved well past consensual sex into prostitution, right? Prostitution obviously is that commercial element, that payment. And what makes something sex trafficking.
Okay, you guys, I got an update from Johnathan. Hey, you guys, he said he's almost ready for us, you guys. He just finished. He's almost ready. Hold on just a second. Let me grab this link for him. Hold on just a second, you guys. Let me grab this link for Johnathan. Hey, let me let this play, you guys, so you guys can see this, because this is
the force,
disgusting.
Fraud or coercion. That's why during the press conference, there was the focus on that, because that takes away the consent entirely. And once you prove that, you start talking about potential mandatory minimum sentences in federal prison.
You're 100% right. 100% right. That's the key there. And just to take a closer look at the actual wording of the indictment that was filed in the Eastern District, it reads, from approximately 2008 to 2015, the defendants Michael S. Jeffries, Matthew C. Smith, and James T. Jacobson, together with others, operated an international sex trafficking and prostitution business. During this period, Jeffries and Smith relied on their vast financial resources, Jeffries' power as the CEO of Abercrombie, and numerous people, including Jacobson and a network of employees, contractors, and security professionals, to run a business that was dedicated to fulfilling their sexual desires and ensuring that their international sex trafficking and prostitution business was kept secret, thereby maintaining Jeffries' powerful reputation. So, Nima, you have this long time period. I think that's interesting. I also think it's interesting when you see there are multiple players here who are probably cooperating with the government, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think there are plenty of people that participated in getting these men and making sure they didn't leave. You heard the allegations in the indictment. I don't think it was just the three of the named defendants that were involved here, right? We've seen it time and time again. When you're dealing with sex trafficking, there's individuals who are recruiters, the Elaine Maxwell's of the world, right? That are actually making contact. I don't think Jeffries himself is picking up the phone and booking the plane ticket in the hotel room.
Y'all, this was a whole entire operation. There's no way that all this stuff was going on and only them were participating. No, this was a whole entire operation, y'all. It is disgusting. But y'all, let's continue while we wait for Johnathan Hayes.
And flying these men out. And, I think there are many individuals involved, and it really goes to that force, fraud, and coercion, right? What's the fraud? Well, the men were told X and then something else happened, right? The force, if they weren't permitted to leave because there's Abercrombie security there that's not letting them leave, or if they're not in the state where they can consent, and it appears to be some rape allegations as well. And the coercion, of course, is the telling these men.
Okay, I think Johnathan Hay, I'm sending him the link right now. So Johnathan Hay is about to come on, you guys. Y'all, he is about to expose the industry, you guys. We are about to get into it, y'all. We're going to ask these questions, y'all. Johnathan Hay, he is a publicist for Rihanna, and he was a publicist for Rihanna and Drake. And also, he was going to do some work with Boosie. Let me send him the link. Hey Victoria, how are you? Oh yeah. Edwin Mitchell, we're here to enjoy the live. If we need to, we can, block you from the channel. Tigra is my mod. She is doing her job as a mod. So you guys, let's enjoy the show. Tigra is modding the show tonight, and also Jamil Peterson. Okay, Tigra, thank you, Tigra. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so let me send Johnathan Hay this link, you guys, because he is about to pop on. You guys, we are about to get into it with Johnathan Hay. He's about to pop on. Let me send him the invite code to his email real quick, you guys. And y'all, we is about to ask Johnathan Hay these questions, y'all. We is about to get into it. Y'all, if y'all have questions, y'all can write them. We can put them in the we can put them in the hold on, let me message him. Let me see. Uh-oh. Hold on just a second, you guys. Hold on just a second. I just okay, you guys, I have to multitask here. Okay, y'all, we dropped the link for Johnathan Hay. Okay, we're just waiting for him. Hey, Arctic One, how are you? Y'all, we are going to wait for Johnathan Hay to pop in, you guys, y'all. Johnathan Hay, if you guys don't know, like I said, you know, it's on the title, live interview with Drake and Rihanna's ex-publicist, I should have put ex-publicist, is going to expose the industry. Y'all, we got questions. If y'all want to ask questions, you guys, y'all can ask some questions. Hey, Kyra, welcome in, you guys, welcome in. Thank you guys for joining me so late, y'all. I every once in a while do them late. Hey, Victoria. Hey. I do the lates every now and again. You know, sometimes I'll be up here 3 o'clock when there's breaking news. Absolutely. So, y'all, Johnathan Hay is gonna come on. I'm waiting for him to pop on. I think I'm gonna. Oh, there he goes. Hey, Johnathan. Can you hear us? Let me remove that from the stage and let me add you in, Johnathan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Johnathan Hayes, how are you? Welcome.
Good, how are you?
You guys, put some hearts in the box for Johnathan Hay. This is Johnathan Hay. He is Rihanna and Drake's ex-publicist. You guys, he is going to answer some of our questions that we have about the industry. Johnathan?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, my internet is acting a little crazy, but y'all, welcome Johnathan Hay in. Y'all, Johnathan Hay is gonna, he's here with the lounge, you guys. We're gonna interview him. Johnathan, please introduce yourself to our loungers and give us a little background about yourself and what you've done in the industry.
Thank you for having me. My name is Johnathan. I've been a publicist for like 25 years now. even though I don't look that old and I still look good. I've been in it for a long time.
Johnathan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat it? My internet was acting up. I'm not sure what is going on. It was fine before you came on. Now it's going to act up when you get on here.
Just see, I'm a mess, yo. I get it. I get it messy right off the bat.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, but I'm a publicist. I've been doing it like 25 years.
Okay, 25 years. Okay, so I have questions. Of course, I got questions for you.
Sounds like you got a book. Sounds like you're getting a book out.
I got the book, Johnathan.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go, y'all.
It's gonna be a long night.
Yes, it's going to be a long night, but we're going to have fun, y'all. We are going to have fun. We're going to get into it, Johnathan. Some of the stuff may be a little sensitive for Johnathan, but you guys, we want to make sure that we respect him. And, we're going to ask questions and, we're going to get into it. So, Johnathan, so you said you've been in the industry working as a publicist for about 25 years. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So tell us about your professional relationship with when it comes to I got Diddy, I got Jay-Z, but we'll go ahead and start with Diddy. What was your professional relationship with Diddy?
So the relationship with Diddy actually came through the Notorious Big estate. I did a project for the Notorious Big estate, and of course, being that Biggie was Diddy's biggest artist, it fell along the line. I was working with Biggie's son, and we were reimagining like his father's music, and we were re-releasing his father's music as like dance and techno type stuff. We went viral with it, and that's how I got involved with Diddy.
Oh wow. Okay. So we're gonna move on to Jay-Z. So what about Jay-Z? How was your professional relationship with him?
Jay-Z started a long time ago. Like, I was working with a Mill, who was one of Jay-Z's original artists. She's on Can I Get a What and some of his biggest songs, right? And so when I got involved with her, that's when I got involved with Jay-Z, which again goes back like 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, what about DJ Khaled? Tell us about DJ Khaled.
Besides he's gay?
Yeah, or look, Johnathan, why?
Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, whatever, right? No, like DJ Khaled, the gay DJ, we go back to like 2012.
Oh wow. Now, okay, you go back 2012 with him. And yes, he is gay, because I never imagined him to be gay. He doesn't look like to me to be that way. But is this an industry thing? Because we hear that Diddy is gay, Jay-Z allegedly, all this is alleged, but we hear this in, all over the place that, all of these, all of them are gay. Is this like some type of the satanic ritual that they go through to, be in this special club? The more you allow them to sacrifice, your personal, how can I say it? Your personal beliefs, I guess, per se. The higher you go in ranking and making money. I mean, how does that happen?
I don't know the process. I just know that it seems a lot of the industry is LGBT.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. And what about Drake? Now, Drake, I heard that you were working with Drake and his baby's mother, Sophia. I remember watching and seeing watching about a home invasion situation. Can you explain that situation? How did that come about, and what happened? That touched my heart, because when I heard from another interview that you had that situation, and your daughter was involved. That touched my heart, it touched my soul. So can you explain here to the audience exactly what happened, what went down?
Right. So my daughter was 14 years old, and it was late at night on April 20th. It was like April 19th going into April 20th. April 20th of all days, 420. And at night we went to like a Taco Bell or something, and I was really excited because I had started working with Drake's camp for his baby mama drama, Sophie, who was just pregnant. And of course, my daughter, she's 14. That's 7 years ago. Drake was on top of the world. She's obviously excited that, that her dad is working with Drake. And, we're coming home, and we were pistol whooped. We were ambushed, pistol whooped. And we were like bound and duct taped for 2 hours while we were being robbed, and they were looking for a safe in the house. So 3 people ended up pleading guilty. They went to prison for kidnapping and robbery charges. But it was like a month ago, I was doing an interview with Jaguar Wright, and we were speaking, and it's online that you can see it. But Jaguar Wright had said that she had found some information on the dark web about my home invasion. And it like, she told me that during our interview, during the live, and it shocked me. And then I started to like process it and put it together. Mm-hmm. And I started to see a lot of similarities that she was saying. And Jaguar, she has such a big voice. Mm-hmm. And, she can really, rattle a ship. And so that brought out other people coming to me. Like, did you notice these lyrics in the song, Sandra's Rose? Did you notice this and that? And a lot of people got involved to, about this Drake situation from Jaguar calling that out. So it's turned into a life of its own.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And I was reading some of those lyrics, and it had like all these subliminal messages in there that really, I mean, like you said, Jaguar Wright, Jaguar Wright, shout out to Jaguar be on top of her A game. She will add two plus two up really fast. She's
brilliant.
Yes, she's very brilliant. She is like the Harriet Tubman of Hollywood. And when she spoke to you after that, and you figured out that, oh man, these lyrics were lining up with what basically had been done to you, it makes you kind of think, because sometimes when things happen, we never really think about things that happen or things that are said that could be included in that situation or scenario. Correct. But that is, that's horrific. But did they caught and apprehended the people that did this to you?
They did. They arrested 3 people, but honestly, for like the last 7 years, there's been some weird mystery behind the whole thing. It's not a complete justice. Another thing that, without Jaguar Wright and I even talking about it, she was like, there's probably a lot of weird stuff still going on, right? I was like, absolutely, with law enforcement, and there has been. And my ex fiance, who was dating one of the guys who went to prison, who pled guilty, she was never charged, right? But she hired this super lawyer in Louisville, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. For like 3 years to like try to issue like take me to civil court and sue me and do everything else. And I was just trying to heal. But she had this real aggressive lawyer, real expensive lawyer that honestly she couldn't have afforded. And so when I started, I would always think about, how is she affording this lawyer that's been working this case, for a few years, going after me. And then like, people from Jaguar Right stating that, we're saying how Drake likes to go after people's girlfriends. He likes to, mess with his ops, girlfriends and baby mamas and everything else. And I think Drake thought, since I was working with his baby mama, then he's going to possibly work with my ex and pay her lawyer fees, to sue me for $2 million. And they won. They got a $2 million judgment against me. So, and because I didn't show up to court, I just couldn't. I was honestly going through the home invasion, going through being like bound and duct taped. I was just trying to heal and process. I was done. I was fighting for that. I didn't feel like being in a courtroom fighting my ex over a civil lawsuit when she was dating the guy. I was just disgusted by the whole thing. So I didn't fight at all. I couldn't. I was done. I was knocked out.
Wow. So you have a $2 million lawsuit indebted to her. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's awful. That's awful. But you guys were okay. I know it was a traumatic situation. My heart goes out to you and your daughter for going through that, because things like that can leave a very traumatizing effect on you.
For sure.
So my heart definitely goes out to you, because I know that was tough, especially. So what about, with the Notorious B.I.G. estate? Like, what were you doing with that? What kind
of? So I'd done this project in 2019, and it was like the home invasion was so traumatic that I wouldn't do any like rap music or anything gangster or anything that promoted violence, and so I started doing jazz music, and I did this jazz cover album of Eric B. and Rakim's Follow the Leader. And we took their classic rap album that was 31 years old at the time, and we released it on the same release date that they released the original, with the same track listing, same order of sequence. And we hit #1 on the Billboard Jazz charts. And then once we hit #1, Eric B. and Rakim, they were blown away, because it was their music. It was their publishing. It was their first #1 on the Billboard charts. So we partnered up. We remixed some of the music in New York, and we started to, just go crazy. Like, there was some tour dates that one of the musicians was doing, and we stayed on the Billboard charts for like 11 weeks. So being in Brooklyn, it was like, what's the next project we're going to do? We just had something successful with, remaking one of the classic hip hop albums. And then it was like, let's do Biggie. So, I did Biggie in the same vein, but I did it as like house music, electronic music. And that's what got the Notorious Big estate. That's what piqued their interest when they found out that I was working on that. And then I flew out to LA to be with them, and that's where, stuff started to get really suspect.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, now what about Rihanna? So Rihanna was young, when she was brought into the industry. She was very young. She was allegedly, scouted out by somebody else. But can you tell us, because I seen where she went on the Tyra Banks show, she said that Jay-Z, basically she was in the room with him in a hotel room, and the only 2 ways out was if she were to jump out the window, the 20-something story of a 20-something story hotel, or sign a contract. But isn't 16 years old? That's illegal. You can't sign a legal binding contract at the age of 16. where was her parents at? Was she sold? Was she a victim of trafficking? Where were her parents at? Did her parents get a payday? Do you know anything about that, Johnathan?
So there's a lot of rumors about that, but from what I saw when I got involved with the Rihanna project, I was hired by one of the producers, and she was an unknown artist at the time. Nobody, you didn't really have like any expectations. You didn't know what was going to come about it. Like, there's so many artists I've worked like with that haven't made it. It's a very brutal industry. So you just kind of, it was just like a job when I started working with her. But then once I heard Pon de Replay, I was like, okay, this song is a problem. And I got it out in the media. I was the first one to write a press release about it. It came out in the media, and the song started, doing well. But it was released. The media and radio was released in March of 2005, which was a month after she had turned 17, which she would have been legal for, to be with an older man such as Jay-Z.
Okay. So, I'm just going to leave that there because, from what I've seen and what I've read, it's like Jay-Z was kind of, allegedly, with her when she was, of course, 16, because he said, she was in the hotel. So I'm like, where's her parents at 3:00 in the morning? And for her to, be told that your only way, two ways you're out, going to get out this hotel is to jump off the 20-something floor or to sign a contract. I'm like, where's her parents at? 16 years old is not legally a legal age to sign a contract. But that was kind of suspect. But let's continue. So with CJ, okay, did we talk about CJ Wallace, the son, right? Or I think we talked Yeah. Okay. So So then let's go to the next question. Who in the industry do you know that's gay or bisexual with a lot of these men? And I say men because a lot of these men, like DJ Khaled, Diddy, a lot of these men are, undercover. It's like they don't want people to know that they are gay or bisexual. So who do you know that is gay and is, I guess, openly but not openly gay, I guess, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I talked about this in one of the other interviews, but DJ Khaled is bisexual. Sway Calloway is bisexual. RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan is bisexual. Jay-Z, and obviously Diddy.
Now, I have a question about Jay-Z. Now, I heard also that Jay-Z likes to watch, is it maybe Beyonce, have, relations with another man while he watches. Is that true? Is that a true statement or allegedly true?
No, that's not allegedly. That's true, because it's very like, just like Diddy liked to watch Cassie, and that's came out, and everybody's pretty open about that. And Diddy liked to watch men with other women. It's called a cuckold. And Jay-Z and Diddy are cut from the same cloth. They both like that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
That's their preference,
Okay, yeah, we're not discriminating, but I just wanted to know, like, why are these? What is the? I don't know. It's like you throw a rock and you hide your hand. Have you heard of that? Saying like, it's like they're gay, but they don't want nobody to know they're gay. And I know, it's like I guess a common thing in Hollywood. But when it comes to like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I mean, I didn't know about that until like recently. I started hearing a lot of people talking about it and about how he, allegedly, him and Jay-Z and Diddy are allegedly, they had relations, and about Jay-Z watching Beyonce with other men. But I was like, that's, to each, I'm not judging that. That's what they do. That's what they do. But it's strange to me. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that. But yeah, it was crazy. But okay. if they like it, I don't love it. But if they like it, that's what they like. And that's to each their own. But okay, let's go to the next question.
But there also too the element of like, Khaled is married, Sway's married, RZA was married. They're all committing adultery, whether they're married to a woman and they be with a man. So there's that aspect as well.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Johnathan, that I was like, why are they marrying these women knowing that they don't want a woman at all?
It's the hip hop masculinity thing,
But that is so deceiving. I mean,
it is for sure.
It's very deceiving, because if you marry somebody and next thing you know, they're with a man or with a woman, opposite, I mean, it can go both ways. But I mean, that is just really, I mean, that is, that is so, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. But you guys, people, these days people they're not really into relationships and, like old school, I'm old school. Being with one person. They don't want a relationship these days. They want situationships, or they just want to do whatever they want to do with whoever and however. So, and then, another thing, what is going on with these people? They don't want to wear protection. They're passing all these, the hot box around. I mean, what is going on? Is condoms not like on their list of the party? They got the Tootsie, they got the Ciroc, they got the rugs and everything else. I mean, the baby oil, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But Johnathan, what happened to the condoms? Where they don't have no box of condoms on that list, on the shopping list?
For real, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's crazy. But y'all, let's go to the next question. Okay. So what did you think about Diddy? If you didn't know, today he got granted a motion for a third bail hearing. The first two, Johnathan, they were denied, right? So what do you think about this third time, Johnathan? Do you think they're going to let him out, or do you think it's going to be a no, Diddy, you're going to stay in that MDC, sir? You're going to be in there slinging snot until May 5th, 2025? What is your take on that?
I do think they're going to keep him in. This is the third one, which is, is it fair when that other guy was granted bail for the trafficking charge too, which are similar, the Abercrombie and Fitch guy,
Uh-huh.
So, and it makes you wonder. But, academics was saying something about how the thing that Diddy did wrong was, he called the people on the witness list and threatened witness. So I think people look at him as someone who's going to take advantage. And look, the FBI they have all these tapes. They have all this footage, and they see what kind of man he is on those tapes. So I don't think they want to let him out at all.
I totally agree, because at first, remember when Diddy was saying, oh, no, I didn't do anything. Oh, no, I didn't do anything. I'm innocent, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, the tape comes out with him doing that to Cassie. I mean, kicking her like she was the whole football, throwing the glass vase at her. I mean, he was, acting a whole donkey in that hallway with her. And then he comes out with this sorry sob apology that he wasted everybody's time watching it. But when I found out later on, he can't say Cassie's name. He can't, have no dealings with her. But really and truly, he should have just saved his time and not wasted nobody's time by just leaving it alone and going to court or doing whatever he had to do. But that's Diddy, maybe he did it on his own. I don't know. They're saying that he did it on his own. I wouldn't see a lawyer telling him to apologize that he can't say her name. That's just kind of crazy to me. But so what do you think about okay, so yesterday, as you know, the CEO, Mike Jeffries, he got indicted, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you think about do you think that has something to do, because I'm saying I do think it has something to do with Diddy, because I feel like this, and I want your opinion on it, because this is just my opinion. But Diddy
Right.
had Sean John, right? So
Mhm.
My internet. I'm sorry, my internet, you guys. I
No,
don't
you're
know.
good.
Yeah, okay. So so Diddy was like, linking up with all these people, I'm sure, with all these like clothing brands, like the Abercrombie and Fitch, probably Aeropostale, Guess, Gucci, all of those brands, I'm sure, to see what they were doing to align himself, because he's the R&B rapper, he's coming into Sean John years ago, but he's trying to align, just like if you were doing something, you would try to get like a mentor or whatever, however you want to call it. But I believe that once he started seeing what they were doing, and now that he is, in federal custody, I believe that he started telling on them, because they were doing the same thing he was doing. But not only that, there is a lot of billionaires and a lot of these men with money and in these high places like CEOs doing this type of thing. But do you think Diddy has snitched on them and took a left instead of snitching on Clive Davis and Lucia and Grange? Do you think he had any type of relation there? Do you think? I mean, what's your opinion and your take on it?
I don't know. I haven't really like looked into it very much because I've been so busy working.
Mm-hmm.
Like over the last few days, I haven't really, dived deep into it.
Oh, okay.
To know, but that sounds right.
Okay. Yeah. That's just my take, because I'm like, he took a this. So you guys, my internet goes out. I just like stop because I'm gonna like correct the video later on. I'll fix it. But anyway, so yeah, that's my take on that. But what about Oprah? What do you think about Oprah and the allegations of her sex trafficking, everything that she has to do? Because have you heard of Allie Carter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. So Oprah, Allie Carter, she said that not Jay-Z, that Oprah and Diddy, she thought basically would be the first ones to be arrested. But do you know anything about Oprah and like her dealings with a lot of this stuff that's going on, like with the Diddys and with the Michael Jeffries, the CEOs of like doing any sex trafficking? Because she has a school in Africa, and they're saying that some of the kids were coming up, missing or unalived.
That's another one. I've never had any kind of experience with her. I would hope not.
Yeah.
Because there'd be a lot of women crushed, because at one time she was like a queen,
Yeah.
It would be that would be a hard one. But we've heard a lot of interesting rumors, about Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres over the years.
Yes, Ellen is another one. I'm gonna kind of move real quick, Jonathan. Hey, and you guys just hang on real quick because my internet is acting up. So I'm just gonna pick up and move to another room real quick, you guys. So just give me like a few seconds. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize my internet was acting horrible. So
yeah, no problem.
Give me just a few seconds, you guys, so I can relocate. So I'm going to put this up here real quick. Stage. Okay. Hopefully this is better. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Better.
Thank you for bearing with me, you guys. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I have all these technical difficulties. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna have to do editing on this video because my internet is already acting up when I came downstairs, y'all. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna get through it. So, okay. So we talked about Oprah. Okay, we talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? But I want to circle back to Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know, Jaguar, right? She went on the Piers Morgan show, right?
Mhm.
And from what we know, Piers Morgan, he got some kind of legal document, a cease and desist, or some kind of legal document from a lawyer or something. I'm not really sure what exactly it was, but anyway, it was something stating that, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce wanted wanted him to apologize and to remove the things out of the video that he had, you know, the content that he had did the interview with Jag. Do you think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are trying to still, of course, silence Jaguar, right? But also too, why haven't they attacked Jaguar, right? Why haven't they sued her? I'm just trying to figure out what's the issue of Jaguar, right, and Jay-Z. Like, why don't they, you know, put some paperwork out there, legal document to sue her? I think this is just my take, because Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. She has a lot of information. She has some witnesses that are, she said, that are pretty much ready to, like, you know, speak to authorities. But why, in your opinion, do you think that this happened with the Piers Morgan show with Jaguar?
I think it's exactly with what you said, because if they took her to court for slander, they would have to defamation. They would have to prove that it was indeed defamation, and then they would have to go to court, and all these ugly things would come out with witnesses, and it would be a crazy show in court when you have Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Jaguar Wright.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Johnathan, I can imagine that, because
that's going to be a circus. So they don't really want that. She has the upper hand. They're definitely scared of her. They're just trying to save face and, you know, scare people and kill the story as best as they can. But she's still speaking. She's not going to quit. She's a freedom fighter.
Oh, absolutely. Jaguar is a Harriet Tubman of Hollywood now. She is
Mm,
really showing up and showing out and telling her truth. And a lot of people are saying that, one thing that a lot of people are saying that I can understand, but at the same time, we have to look at it. Jaguar Wright is she's a victim herself, she has been
of course.
through a lot in the industry. So maybe sometimes her delivery is a little harsh, but she can deliver her message any kind of way. It's not nothing written in stone to say that if you're a victim, you
Agree.
have to, speak very softly or whatever the case may be. That is just how she is reacting to her trauma. Everybody reacts to their trauma different. Some people have been through this issue with Jaguar, right? That probably hasn't even said not one word out in public. But she's dealing with the trauma the best way she can, and that's by telling her truth and delivering it the way she wants to deliver it. So we can't say, she's rough or she's lying or she's telling her truth. And real life street stars, right? The Blue Couch, they were struck on their channel. Do you feel like it's still probably has something to do possibly with Jay-Z? I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think they issued something with their lawyer to Pierce Morgan and to Real Life Street Stars, where she's been racking up so many millions of views. But she's a threat. But listen, that's all they're gonna do, because if they do more, then, like I said, then it's game on, right? The fact that they won't put a cease and desist, I mean, or file a real lawsuit against her, take her to court, is just real cowardly, right? It's like, go out take her to court and prove it, but they don't want to go through that, right? Especially not with Jaguar has too many witnesses. She has too many victims that have come forward to her.
And see, that's what I also thought too, Johnathan. I'm like, why aren't they trying to directly go and put a lawsuit on her? Because she does have so many witnesses. That is more of a powerhouse besides Jay-Z having been a billionaire. Those witnesses is going to weigh more than his money, I believe, personally, in court. Especially if they have tapes, if they have video recordings, they got pictures, any kind of like physical bruises, and they can prove it. All of that stuff, it can add up to being where his $1 billion doesn't amount to anything but paying for restitution of doing what because from what Jag was saying, I heard her say, the thing that he done to her, and I'm like, that Jay-Z did to her, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was horrible. But and that's what I figured. So I figured that they're just trying to throw a rock and hide their hand to scare these people from doing things, but they're not gonna definitely directly go to her and put a lawsuit out on Jag, because they know she comes with the power, and they know she's telling the truth on what information that she has. So
Correct.
Yeah, that is really crazy. So now kind of circling back to Drake. So do you think that there was a pow-powing at his house in Canada? Do you think that was because he did a setup and had somebody do it just to try to act like it was Kendrick Lamar? Because the situation the battle between them two, because y'all, Kendrick Lamar read Drake his rights now. Kendrick Lamar read him his rights, and Drake couldn't take it. So do you think that situation was a hoax just to
kind of like soften the blow a little bit, I guess, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Drake has been desperate since that battle, and we've seen the whole other side to Drake, and it's crazy him fall off like he has, It's just the whole culture looks at Drake completely different than when he went in to do the battle. Right. So Kendrick Lamar bodied him so hard that Drake might not even be able to come back. Drake will never be the same. Right. And then, listen, if Drake gets charged in this home invasion, that's going to be weird too, because that's going to be out in the press about the police taking a look into, Drake, because of, Jaguar Wright, the last interview that after she did Piers Morgan, when she did the Blue Couch, which got like over 1.5 million views, she doubled down in that interview talking about what Drake did to me. So law enforcement, government officials, and people are seeing this, and there's people in Louisville, especially in a small town, that would love to make a name for themselves. And it'd be great. It's great to make a name for themselves, going against somebody like Drake. So that's another reason why Jaguar Wright is bringing the attention of it. Now it's hitting law enforcement, and I think we're going to see an open investigation to see, what his involvement.
That's good. That's good because, like I said, they throw a rock and hide their hand. They got this money, so they're able to do their little dirty deeds to their goons, and then back away from the situation. So y'all, just like the HSI was saying, it doesn't matter how much money you have, basically how big, how tall you are. If you are basically breaking the law, doing things that you're not supposed to do, time's up for you. Time's up for you. You're gonna. Yeah, time's up for you. You are going to be brought to light. So I hope and pray that with your situation, that this is the case with Drake, that they do, give him his Time's Up award, and they bring him in. They will scoop him up. The HSI scooped up, Diddy. They scooped him up. They was like a thief in the night. They came around the corner. They apprehended him and took him in. But it's only right and it's only fair because these people are doing things to other people, through their little goons, and it's not right and it's not fair. But hopefully, like I said, his time will be up soon. But
correct.
Yeah. So do you think that okay, let's see. Okay, I think I asked you about the contract about Jay-Z. So do you think that Diddy has something to do with Biggie's unaliving?
I mean, yes. Both Pac and Big, right? It just seems, he benefited the most from Biggie. He saw what happened with Tupac, and as soon as Biggie passed away, Diddy became a rapper, and he was dropping, his No Way Out album, and his dedication to Biggie with Sting, and he got bigger than ever from BIG. So what we've seen of Diddy, like anything is on the table at this point, right? Like, we don't, I mean, he's capable of anything,
Wow. Yeah, because we were always, I mean, a lot of us were under the assumption that really like Suge Knight is the real, like, allegedly, quote unquote thug. But really and truly, y'all, a lot of, now that I'm thinking, Diddy was the real kind of thug. I mean, he was, the allegedly got, some unalivings under his belt. Even with Kim Porter, what is your take on that with Kim Porter? Because they said allegedly he has something to do with that.
I mean, it just the list goes on with him, right? We keep naming these things on Diddy, and we can continue, to do it. Dating, going all the way back to, the Jennifer Lopez thing with Shine, and how Shine took the fall. Like, this is Diddy's MO, as he's always in, bad places where he shouldn't be. And now we've learned about, his real, freaky side. So I mean, there's no telling really with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah, this is really crazy. But
And the fact that they've confiscated all these tapes, and like, you know, the people that are on them, such as, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce, like, why wouldn't they be on them? They're in the photos, you know, at the parties already. So why wouldn't they be there? Why wouldn't, you know, I mean, there's so many people. Why wouldn't J Lo be back, and Lindsay Lohan, and all the people that they've said that are on those tapes? You know, like Adele and Rich Paul and LeBron James and all those people. You know.
Absolutely. I agree. And they're coming out with, of course, the list of people that were in these tapes, right? I mean, I was shocked that Serena was listed on those tapes. I mean, I was really, really shocked to see and to hear that Serena was. But at the same time, it's like, they're all those names. It's shocking to see some of those names on that list. But what do you think? I mean, the list is like, it's getting longer and longer, I guess, from what I've seen, because I've seen, some TikToks, I've seen, all over YouTube and, Google about these lists. But do you know anybody? Have you been to a Diddy party?
No, I was invited to a Diddy party, and I wish that I would have went, not because any, like, you know, freak offs or anything like that, but just to see like how it works, or, you know, how it went down. Because like when I was invited, you know, to the Diddy parties, and that's what, like, all these other people, you know, who have been to the Diddy parties, it's not saying that they did anything wrong. You know, it's like that was the place to be. You know, he was a mogul. You know, he was one of hip hop's, you know, richest people of all time, one of the most successful producers of all time. So people wanted to be around him. They didn't know that, you know, it was going to be something else. Like I never imagined it. But I was invited by Biggie's son, CJ Wallace, and Willie Mack countless times, but I was doing like other things, you know, and you know, like, to me, like Diddy had fallen off a little bit. Like he wasn't the same. Like I wasn't like really like into Diddy like that, like as like a fan. So I didn't really have interest. I wish I did though. Like now I wish I could, you know, go back and see if I saw anything, you know, that was weird. But from, you know, from what I've been told, you know, from a lot of inside sources and people, is like it wouldn't, like, so it's like if you and I went, right, and we went to the party and we're just hanging out, they're probably not going to, you know, come at us any type of way. They're going to vet us out, probably invite us to like 5 or 10, see if they can trust the people before they start, you know, suggesting anything, because they want to make sure that they can, you know, keep any kind of problems from arising or people talking.
Yeah.
There's got to be a trust level behind it. So they would vet people out. So if you went to a Diddy party, you know, it really didn't mean anything. But if you went to like several and they're like vetting you out and like seeing, like, you know, whatever this person could be for his fantasy or her fantasy or whatever, you know, you just don't know, you know?
Yeah. And I could imagine, I mean, that would probably be something that, for to see, as an experience, because I did do a video on this young lady that went to a Diddy party while she was in Miami. And what she said when she got there, it was like really crazy. And she left early, and to the point where she had to call the police. So
Right.
I can imagine what she's seen, but at least she went and got that experience, because she was actually going over there to sing, but really and truly she was being sold, and she didn't even know it, pretty much is what I'm just looking at, because she went over there with a prince. But when she got over there, she's like, I'm ready to sing. And next thing you know, she's like, going here, going there. Allegedly, she says that the one of Diddy's boys gave her some white slippers to go in the house. When she got in the house, it was a big old party. It looked like she was saying, if I understood her right, like there was minors there at that party. So I can imagine. She said it was so many people, it was crazy. She said the music was bum bum bum. I'm not sure if you seen that interview, but it was a good interview. But I can imagine just getting that experience would probably be like, oh my goodness, I can imagine, staying probably like the whole time, however long those parties go on for. But yeah, that was something, that was an interesting interview.
Well, see, this was like this thing weird, and I was thinking about this the other day, and I haven't said this in any interviews, but it was during the pandemic, and we were out in LA for Willie and CJ, and I had a bunch of friends in town, and they were kind of showing out for the friends. It was during the pandemic. It was, during lockdown, but lockdown and other parts of the United States were different. But anyways, they told us that, that there was these girls, and I had a girlfriend, at the time. So I really didn't care, but, I was with, a bunch of guys, and, single men, they wanted to, see some girls or whatever. So anyways, we go to this like grocery store, and we go into the grocery store, like through the back, which is weird, like through like, the deli, and we're like where they would have like frozen food. And we went and into this like cooler, and then there was a door in the outside cooler, and then we went in then we were in an elevator, and the elevator took us downstairs, and then we were like in this underground casino, or underground. It had like a casino vibe, but it wasn't like casino. It was like, or basically like an upscale, like strip club or something. They sit us down at this table. And the whole time, like, I'm just like, what is this? Maybe this is how everybody parties during the lockdown in Los Angeles. This is crazy. And then a woman came out, and she brought along these other like women. She let them out. And she was like, basically, who do you like? Almost like they were like, like a meat market, like pick one, and she'll go with you. So they like all, picked the girls. Everybody was like weirded out at this point, but we were just like, okay, let's just go along with it. This is weird, very strange. So everybody like picked a girl, and they were just sitting there like talking, at the table, whatever. But, you could tell it was like an escort thing. Like if it would have went there, if they would have went to a private room or something like that, but nobody did. Wow. But anyways, like after an hour, they came and got him out, and then they rotated again. And we told them, we're like, no, we're just good. We're just talking in here. And then we ended up, leaving, paid the tab, and we left. And we were like, what in the world was that? We weren't thinking it was like, sex trafficking or human trafficking or anything like that. Yeah. But looking back at it without question, it was. And that was, once again, that was Biggie's son, and Willie Mack. That was their people that was doing that. Wow. That like, taking you into this underground, world where all these, women are. And maybe it's because the strip clubs were closed, so these are what the strippers were doing. But it was well organized. There was a pimp, like a woman, who was offering them like product. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Wow. And Johnathan, once people are in with those type of groups, or they do those type of things, they know what it is. They know where these parties are. They know where these people are. They know where these little Rex trafficking situations are, the hangout spots and everything. So he knew what he was doing, even though you didn't. And that's, like I said, when you don't really recognize or like realize what's going on until later, and you're like, oh, that was that type of situation. You realize it later, but you're really not I guess hip to that, because you're not used to doing that. But these are the things that they do, and they introduce other people to it, and then next thing you know, you're thrown into a situation, and you're like, the cops are coming, they're asking you questions, and you're like, man, I didn't even know, you walked unbeknown to you, you're innocent to the fact, and it's like, man, now I'm being questioned by the police about this, that, and the third. But those are the things that they do in Hollywood. They introduce you to things where you're not even like really, I guess, really thinking about it, like you're innocent to the fact. But that's the things that they do, and that's how they get people in, just like the CEO of Abercrombie, Abercrombie and Fitch. He was, soliciting, to be a model for Abercrombie and Fitch, and these men, they were showing up, and next thing you know, they were like, okay, I'm living my dream, I get to become an Abercrombie and Fitch model. Next thing you know, their nightmare starts as soon as they hit the hotel, or they hit their wherever the location is where these sex trafficking situations started. And it's sad, but this is how it is in Hollywood, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like you're worked in, little by little. And this was only for me, like this was 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, we're doing this project in 2020 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one instance where we had been up all day, and we had been in the studio, and we were working, and I was complaining about like the Pacific Standard Time versus Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like tired. I went to this rave the night before with Carl Cox, and CJ's partner with the estate, he was like, here, I'm gonna give you something so you can go back to your Airbnb and go to sleep. This will help you sleep. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was G, right? He poured it in a little like a Robitussin top. And he was like, drink this, and he was like, and then follow it with Sprite or 7-Up, one of the same difference. But anyway, so I did that. I didn't feel anything. Like, I remember when I got back to like the Airbnb, I was like, I was so tired. Felt like I drank like 20 NyQuils. I was just, I couldn't even get downstairs to, our bedroom, and I just crashed out on the couch, and I slept super good. Right. And that was G. And I was talking to my girlfriend at the time. I was like, what is that? What is G? She's like, that's, she's from London. She was like, that's GHB, babe. I was like, then I'm looking it up online, and I'm like, holy shit. And then I hear about, in the FBI indictments about, Diddy talking about how he would give people GHB and ketamine, So I experienced that with Biggie's estate, taking G. They just called it G,
Oh, wow, that is crazy.
But it wasn't anything like they were trying to, drug me up. They knew I was with my girl, and they knew I was going home. But little by little, I was like being groomed, I guess, to be this, to partake in some weird shit. I was like with all the girls, and how did I respond? At that, where I went down in the elevator into this private place below the grocery store. Then I'm like taking G, and then they were constantly like around me. And now looking back, I can see, they were just testing me and seeing, what I could do, what I was into, and everything else. And all I was trying to do is, I was so excited that I was working with the Notorious Big Estate, someone that I grew up on, and that we were doing, and we were taking Biggie's like dark music, and we were making it like positive dance music. I was excited about that. So I was ignoring like everything that was around me, because I was so caught up in my enthusiasm. Right. And I thought it was like a huge break because of what I had went through the home invasion. I just had a #1 jazz album, for 11 weeks. And then now I'm working with the Biggie estate. I was like, doing something positive with Biggie's music. I was like, this is A+. And then all of a sudden, that contract and that deal got ripped out in front of me because I just wouldn't cooperate anymore with it. Just got too weird. And I was like, all right, enough's enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy because, those, just people like that are already into that world. They're bringing somebody new in, they're introducing them like, here, try this, try that. And you don't know, because, you're like, okay, you hung around plenty of people in your grown adult life. You thinking that this stuff is safe. And then next thing you know is like you passed out, but it's a good thing you're with your girlfriend, but had it been, had it been the wrong people, just like a Diddy's and his little goons, it could have been a worse situation, and it's sad.
For sure.
Because, you think that, you can hang out with people and kind of entrust in them these things. And it's like, man, you can't trust hardly nobody when these type of situations are going on. And just like even with the baby oil, 1,000 bottles of baby
Uh-oh. Sorry.
It's okay. You're all right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. So yeah, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, like who has 1,000 bottles of baby oil in their house? And the lawyer, Diddy's lawyer was acting like, oh, he just wanted his house with baby oil. Sam's Club is just down the street. Costco's is just down the street. But he didn't realize, sir, your elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. He has 1,000 bottles of baby oil. On top of that, that G was, in there.
Well, that just shows you how organized he was, and he had a real infrastructure. He had the baby oil. He had the drugs. He had everything to make someone, comfortable. And it became clockwork, where they would, do these all night benders and party and rave and house music and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Created a whole, he created a whole world of just crazy sex. And then he had the IVs, the next day.
Yes. He had the IVs. I mean,
that's another thing that I've experienced, which is it's honestly it's common, especially amongst some of the wealthy people who are partying and going out drinking. A lot of the Wall Street stockbrokers, people who are up late drinking with clients, and next thing you know, they're getting IV to wake them up. But he had all this stuff there, with the baby oil, with all his freak off things. He had created, it was well thought out, it was well planned.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need.
Yeah, an organization, because there's no way that you're going to go. Somebody's going to go into somebody else's house and see all this stuff and not think, oh man, this is organization, right? When you go to somebody's a business and they have 1,000 bottles of Pine Sol because they are a cleaning business, you realize, okay, it's a cleaning business, they should have this. Or when you go into Diddy's house and you see those 1,000 bottles of baby oil and all that stuff, you're like, this is the operation. This isn't just just some, I stocked up on this baby oil or on this the hydration stuff. You know what I mean?
No condoms.
Yeah, and no condoms. Johnathan, what happened to the condoms?
I don't know.
They were not. They weren't on the party list. I mean, they had the ketamine, they had the pink stuff, the Tootsie, they had the Ciroc, they had the hydration system going on, they had the dildos, they had everything that consisted of the baby oil, they had all of that. But ain't not a condom in sight, y'all. What is really going on? No condoms. They're like, no, no, and then everybody's on fire. So then did they have fire putting out popping medication for that? I wonder, because they said KK was have the sacks around her waist, give everybody the sack, so whenever they wanted I guess Diddy wanted the pink stuff, they got to give it to him. But this is sickening to see that all these, I mean, with all this stuff going on, nobody's protecting themselves. Like, were they given STD checks? I mean, they were given hydration stations. You know, were they having STD checks? You know, would they have medication for that? I'm just saying, because I mean, Usher was on fire. The girl allegedly sued him in court for that. I mean, it's just,
Meat
I mean,
Mill.
Meek Mills was,
Yeah.
yeah, they all on fire. And I'm like, nobody, I mean, I wouldn't even want to go sit on the couch. I mean, I would be like, ew, disgusting. I'd sit on the couch. I mean, sit on the bed or the floor. I mean, I wouldn't sit on the bed, but you know, sit on a chair or a couch or something. And it's like you're subjected to those germs, you know, it's just disgusting to me. But it's crazy how they had everything except for them condoms. The condoms were missing. Maybe we should get them some condoms for Christmas. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. But I mean, the parties have stopped because, of course, Diddy's in the MDC. You know, he's probably slinging snot, crying a river in there. But yeah, it's really crazy. But what do you think about Jamie Foxx? Do you think that Diddy has something to do with him and I'll Be Sure's member? They got really sick. Do you think Diddy had his goon to, you know, go and trying to unalive them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. That'd be a question for Jaguar because she's close to I'll Be Sure, and she knows Jamie Foxx. You know, so I really don't know that answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Mr. I Am Comedy Jamil Peterson to probably maybe ask her that question because I really want to know because you know Jamie Foxx was there. He was trying to record everything. I mean, he was dry snitching, telling everybody that was there, and you know Diddy didn't like that, of course, because he wanted to keep that under wraps. But you know, at the same time, it was just such a coincidence that all of a sudden that he, you know, started to get sick and he was in the hospital and I'll Be Sure was really sick to the point where it was awful. He was really almost, you know, no longer be here with us. But that was like really, really awful. And then a situation with I'll Be Sure and his son, Quincy, you know, that situation is like heart-wrenching too in itself. But yeah, so yeah, it's a lot dealing with Diddy. What about, okay, do you think, okay, who is possibly on the tapes? Who do you think the A-list celebrity is on the Diddy tape that's bigger than Diddy? Do you think, I'm hearing Justin Bieber and also Leonardo DiCaprio? Do you have an idea of who this A-list celebrity is that is bigger than Diddy on this tape with Diddy? Do you have?
I think Jay-Z.
You think Jay-Z?
And with Jay-Z comes Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
You know. So that's just you know what I think. You know.
Yeah, just your opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if it was Rihanna or Justin Bieber, or even Oprah, because they said Oprah's on the list. So I'm just like, I mean, this stuff is crazy. But another thing is all of the minors that in Houston, Texas, they are taking on the minors cases at Busby Law Firm, right? So they're saying that the judge is stating that they don't want the paperwork, the court document, to just say celebrity A, celebrity B. They want to name the names on there, which is only fair because the average person like me and you that are not celebrities, you know, they're going to put our names on the documents. Yeah, the lounge was, absolutely. Put our name on there. Yeah. And this person and that person against the state of whatever, you know. So they're saying that the judges are demanding for them to do that. Do you think that's fair? You know, that they are doing that now instead of saying celebrity A, celebrity B?
I don't know, but maybe they have their reasons for it, you know, that we don't quite know about. You know, maybe there's a good reason for it.
Possibly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that could be true. That really could.
But I think Justin Bieber is you know, the person that would participate that's bigger than Diddy, that seems like a Jay-Z. It seems like Bieber was more of a victim than somebody who would like take part in the crimes and all that stuff. You know, I think Usher and Bieber, they were victims, right? So that's why I think for sure it would be Jay-Z, or you know, maybe Leonardo. But Leonardo, you know, he's not, I don't think he's smart like and cunning like Jay-Z. You know, I think he's probably, you know, he seems like a Hollywood problem, and you know, like he likes a bunch of women and goes out and parties, no doubt. You know, but I don't know if he's like as strategic as Jay-Z and could, you know, pull off something like this, you know?
So Jay-Z, I did hear that Jay-Z is very strategic, like he's very sneaky. Do you?
Right.
Yeah, very, very sneaky
For sure.
with what he's doing, because of course they said, you know, Rihanna. Okay, I have a question. Do you know how old Beyonce really is? Because there has been so many lies or whatever said about Beyonce's true age, because they were asking in one interview I seen, they were asking Jay-Z, like, when did you meet Beyonce? And it was kind of like he was whole humming around.
Right. No, I think I don't know what are they saying her age is. I mean, she was definitely younger when he met her with Destiny's Child. That's for sure. But you know, could you speculate on that?
Yeah, they were saying that she was like well, they said of course she was like 16, I think 16 or younger when she met Jay-Z, I believe.
Right.
But at the time, I think they were saying like right now she was probably like, I think 42, 43 or something, like in her early 40s or something, I believe.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but you know, whatever it is, I mean, she was definitely younger when, you know, they met. Doesn't mean anything. Could have been totally appropriate. But same thing with Foxy Brown. Same thing with Rihanna. You know, same thing with other people who've come forward, you know?
Yes, because it's been quite a bit with Jay-Z and a lot of the younger women that he met at that age, or, you know, under 18, I guess, per se, if you want to
Right, for sure.
like that. But yeah, so yeah, let me see. I know let me see if this is like we got any more questions, because I know let me see. Oh, this question. Okay, Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, have the kids Blue Ivy, and they have other kids. I think or they have three or four total. Okay, Beyonce, it's being said that Beyonce, because I remember her coming out and apologizing because she wasn't pregnant and she had a surrogate mother for the first child. Can you confirm that, or did she? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. And what about Rihanna? So, what was your dealings with Rihanna? I know you were the publicist for Rihanna for a short period of time, correct?
For the Pond to Replay campaign.
Just
for that single, yeah.
For just that single. Okay.
Yeah, which broke her out, and it blew up, and then Jay-Z got really like, you know, protective and put like a whole different team around her. And that was it, just like he did with Beyonce, because Beyonce used to be managed by her father, right? And by Matthew Knowles, and he kicked him out. He turned them against each other. And then, you know, Jay-Z took over Beyonce's, you know, career, so to speak. And that's just what he does. It's the same thing he did, you know, with Rihanna.
Oh, wow. You know? Oh, wow. Well, yeah. And do you know anything about the incident where Solange gave him like 24 pieces and 4 biscuits in the elevator? Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, she really was upset about something, and she was like, I mean, she gave it to him.
she did. Like I remember back then it was like 2014 or something. You know, Billboard contacted me and asked me, you know, my opinions on the situation. You know, I just don't know. People said it was over Rihanna. People have said it was over something, you know, stupid. Like, you know, nobody really knows.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so
Oh wow, wow, yeah, because I know, yeah, with the way that, yeah, she was. I mean, she was not playing with with Jay-Z.
not at all.
Yeah, and I, you know, that's her sister, you know, so you know she's probably very protective over her sister. True indeed. But yeah, she just not playing with him on
No,
that situation. So okay, so I think that's probably all of my questions. I know it's getting late, and
no, you're good.
yeah, I know it's getting late, but I did want to oh, another thing. What
Mhm.
about Rihanna and Chris Brown's relationship? Did you know anything about their relationship?
I mean, listen, like I was that was still around the time that, you know, we were hanging on and we were helping, you know, still doing marketing with Def Jam and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, they had a very young, explosive, you know, relationship. And the night of the incident, you know, it seems to be what Jaguar Wright says is that, you know, Chris Brown found out that Rihanna was, you know, messing around with Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
and he snapped and she snapped and they both snapped, and you know, it got real ugly. So that's the thing too. Like just those two people were in the car,
Mm-hmm.
but there's always these things that around Jay-Z and Diddy for all these years, and one of them right now is in custody, right? So I think that Jay-Z is next.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who is next? Do you think Jay-Z is next? I believe so too. A lot of people are saying that. Also, if you, I'm not sure if you, I know you say you're aware of Ali Carter. Well,
Mhm.
today I happened to look up. She said in a video 4 days ago that was put out, she said that there's somebody on her statement of truth of Alpha David that there's going to be another arrest very soon. And if she said it's going to really basically rock the nation, rock the world on this arrest. So I was wondering if it was Jay-Z too, because, you know, I mean, they kind of Jay-Z, I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce are hiding. Why is it that they're hiding? And all of Diddy's friends, you know, all these people he partied with, why are they so silent?
Everybody's just trying to keep their distance. And I think Jay-Z and Beyonce are very scared. They're probably planning on what to do, you know, to leave the country, set up overseas, you know, whatever it is, you know. I think they're preparing. Jay-Z's very smart and cunning.
Wow. 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 Very sneaky. So was Beyonce on a lot of rugs too? Are they both on rugs like Diddy was? I mean, I know a
Are they
lot of them are.
are they both on what?
You know, the powder, you know.
I don't think that's not really Jay-Z's thing.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, he's more disciplined. He's more in control, you know, like Puffy is out here just, you know, doing the most. You're not going to catch Jay-Z really slipping. The only way you're going to catch Jay-Z is if you get someone like Diddy who can then snitch on him. And
Uh,
that's the only way you're going to get Jay-Z.
but is Diddy and Jay-Z, don't they have a close relationship? Are they like
Of
BFFs?
course. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But you know how you have that, you know, that best friend that might, you know, party too much and do too much, and it's kind of fun when you go out to a party because this person is wilding out, acting crazy,
Mm-hmm.
ratchet. I've got a friend like that, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, she's just super entertaining. It's almost like Krishan Rock and Flesh, because you know it's gonna be like, you know, entertaining and wild.
Uh-huh.
So you have her around for that, and then when you have her around, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, it's crazy. She's nuts. She's going
Wow.
crazy. The police are here. She's screaming like, what in the world?
Oh, wow. So that's the Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy's like, he's wild. You never know what you were gonna, you know, he would party all day for 3 days. He had all the baby oils and dildos and towels and alcohol and drugs, you know, waiting at the house, everything but condoms.
Yes.
You have to bring your own. You have to bring your own.
And they prefer none, Johnathan, because everybody's on fire.
Yeah.
Everybody's burning.
Like, they're like, whatever, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I totally agree, because I mean, just looking at Diddy from, you know, TV, you know, he's, I mean, jumping around every time you see him. He's a party animal. I mean, he cannot stop. And I can see that being him, like the party animal of the bunch, like, and like you said, Jay-Z more sneaky, more quiet, more like in the corner, more looking at you, and probably a little sneaky, like, you know, real slick. Yeah, I can see that from him. He looks like he is very, very sneaky.
For sure.
Yeah, very sneaky. I mean, even in a lot of his interviews, I mean, it's like he's like a deer in the headlights, you know, like when they're asking him questions, his eyes are like this, opening them, and then it's like, you know, he don't know what to say, and or he'll try to, like, you know, try to hold him around the question, you know. Yeah. So he does seem very, very sneaky. Very, very, very sneaky. So yes, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's all of our questions. So Moni, she says, also the lounge. Can you tell Johnathan? I said, thank you for telling us about this. I've heard how people in the industry will treat you if you speak too much. And that's a true fact, Moni. They do, like Jaguar Wright, John, like Johnathan, like Ali too. A lot of people who are telling their truths are the ones who are getting you know, more victimized more than they already have been victimized. You know, they're dealing with the traumas and things of that sort that these nasty people in Hollywood are, you know, the way they're acting, what they're doing to people. But Just Joyce, she says, thank you. Let's see. I'm just trying to read a few of these comments. Yeah, so yeah, but really and truly I appreciate you know,
no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, it's late, and maybe possibly maybe we can link up again and do one like when it's like kind of earlier in the day, and my internet so horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
But I enjoyed talking. I enjoyed the conversation. Everybody that's in the
Me too.
In the group, in the live chat, you know, they enjoyed you too. She said they're saying thank you, of course. Moni said people would get blackmailed for this. She Just Joy wants to ask a question. Just Joy, you can post your question. Let me see if she's gonna post her question. Moni, the replay, I'm gonna have to like take, because my internet was kind of choppy a little bit, so I'm gonna have to like fix it so where it's a smooth interview, because my internet was horrible, you guys. So y'all gotta forgive me for that. But Just Joy, if you type your question in, I can post it so that we can read it to Johnathan so he can answer it. Jennifer Hart. Are they okay? So Just Joy says, are they doing satanic rituals? Just Joy, is who doing satanic rituals? Are you talking about who are you talking about?
The industry people, probably.
Yeah, let's see. Probably so. Yeah, she said them. So yeah.
Yeah. It seems to be, you know, that that's what they're doing with all the symbolism and stuff, but I don't know, man. You know, it's all strange. It definitely seems to be not of God. It seems to be antichrist. So therefore, it definitely seems like it would be a satanic ritual, you know, in their concerts. So like a satanic church, probably, you know?
Yeah. And now I also, you know, Ali Carter talks about MK Ultra. Do you know anything about MK Ultra? Have you heard about that?
In the Miami, the dance,
No.
the weekend.
No, the MK Ultra, or maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it was like some kind of programming that they do in Hollywood to try to program you or something.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, maybe I'm not saying that right, but yeah. Just Joy said you think there's some summoning let me see, summoning demons. MK Ultra, that's what it's called, MK Ultra. Thank you, Just Joy. Yeah, I have to check split personalities, the butterfly effect. Yeah. You think they're summoning demons? Just Joy says.
I'm not sure. I would say so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I would absolutely, because I say this because Ali Carter said, you know, when she was young, she was trafficked, right? And she said that the trafficking was for these satanic rituals that they had. And then in her affidavit of truth, she states, like, you know, P. Diddy, Denzel, I think it's Young Jock, and Birdman were there, you know, doing these things because it was a satanic ritual. But yeah, that's what she says. So I don't know, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in Hollywood. You know, the feds are bringing down the house. I hope everybody gets justice, you know, because you know yourself, Jaguar, right, Ali, and a whole lot of people who've been through the industry and dealt with these people like on a daily basis, you know, for periods of time. They've seen how these people operate. They see what they do, how they do it, how they function, and the things that they do to hurt other people who are innocent to the fact. So it's really sad, but I hope everybody gets their justice. You know, I hope you get yours. I hope that you know, Jaguar, right, is, you know, she's already getting justice, because, you know, everything, not everything that she says, but, you know, a lot of stuff that she has said is already coming to light. Cat Williams said, you know, 2024 is a year of the reckoning, and he did not lie. You know, it's starting to tumble, starting to, you know, everything is starting to crumble and fall, as we can see before our eyes. But yeah, so I'm not gonna keep you guys. Johnathan, thank you for your time. I truly
thank you.
Appreciate it, and everybody that came through to show love. We're probably gonna have to link up another day, Johnathan, maybe during the day. Yeah, so maybe we can get more people in here, so you know, we can kind of go back over the same things a little bit, maybe, because I don't know what this live is gonna look like, because it was kind of choppy and crazy. But yeah,
for sure. Just let me know. I'm down.
Okay, I appreciate
I'm down 100%.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you. Y'all have a great night. Lead with love, peace, and tranquility. And you guys, we're gonna get with Johnathan Hay again on another day. And yeah, we're gonna do it all over again. But thank you, Johnathan. And I will basically get with you, let you know when.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Just Joy says, can we follow you somewhere, Johnathan? If you wanted to give your any of your platforms so they can follow you.
Just put my name in Google and it'll pop up.
Okay.
Like my social, just like my socials and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, absolutely.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good night. All right. See you guys. Bye.